after spending 2 nights in Padstow and meeting some new friends, we continued our journey south. Our next leg would take us from Padstow to Newlyn Harbour. We then rounded Land's End and encountered lots and lots of bugs.
We are logging on to chat a little bit about the next part of our journey. Yeah. It's all getting exciting. Yep. We are headed to France, headed to Brest. Our first proper passage.
It'll be 22-ish hours from where we are now, which is Newlyn Harbour. It's not a marina, it's a harbour. It's a fishing port where the services are lacking a little bit.
Somewhat limited.
Yeah, we had to go and buy a truck, like a hand truck.
A little plastic carry truck.
Well, it's not plastic, it's metal. But it was to carry our water, 25 litre jug, to where the water that you can drink is, because the water on the pontoons is, apparently it has a higher concentration of lead. And our neighbours filled up with water, and it was yellow when it came out of their tanks. So, probably a good idea that we didn't fill up, because it did say no drinking on it. So we had to do that trip about 3 times to get enough water in our tanks, because we haven't filled up since Cardiff. So that was almost a week ago, maybe more than a week ago. So the front tank was completely empty, and the back tank was 3/4. So we needed to fill up a little bit. So now we're 3/4 at the front and full at the back. And there's no fuel here that we can use, because it's only for commercial operations that they can refuel. Apparently it's really cheap, it's 50p a litre, which is pretty good, seeing as most of the time we've been looking at probably about £1.20 for a litre.
So we kind of redid our plans. We aren't going to cross directly from here to the north of Spain anymore, because that'd be about a 4-day trip.
Yep. And
instead we're just going to do the 1 day down to Brest and then kind of hop around like the inner Bay of Biscay, the French coastline and things like that. So that's kind of what we're starting at the moment. So yeah, we'll arrive in Brest and then do our first kind of immigration check. So we just submitted, filled out and submitted all the documents for it. So hopefully
they'll just say, okay, in you come.
Yeah.
Get your passport stamped. Carry on. Hopefully, but we'll see. Yeah. It's not as formal as you would think it would be. You know, you're sending an email, unless I've done it wrong, which there's a fair chance I have. And if you're watching this video, maybe it means we got it, or maybe we didn't. Who knows? But Brest is the next stop. Probably be there for a few days. We were supposed to be going with the boat next to us, but they've decided they don't want to go today because it's supposed to be a bit windy. But the wind is going to be behind us, so it should be okay.
We're chancing it.
Yeah,
just
we're
to save
chancing
some diesel.
Yeah, because it gets up to the maximum of 20 knots, and that's we can deal with that.
We're pretty comfortable with that, and we don't really want to water the entire
if we left tomorrow, there's absolutely no wind until Saturday, and even on Saturday, the wind kind of comes from the south, which is not what you want, and it's very little. So they're going to be motoring for the whole duration, and we just don't want to do that.
It's fair enough for them. They just want a bit more of a comfortable ride for their first passage, but I think we can do it. Yeah. And we don't want to spend the money on the diesel.
No, we don't. So, especially considering that diesel is going to be more expensive in the EU because of the fact that you're not allowed to have red diesel like we have in the UK. You have to have white diesel, and then there's more tax on it as well.
Last steps, I guess, before we go. We've had a breakfast.
Yep.
We need to go out and buy our last Cornish pasties.
Yep. We need to go to the harbour master's office and pay
for the night we
just had. Because we've been here for almost a week. It's 5 days.
What's today?
Thursday. So we arrived last week Friday.
Oh god, did we?
Yeah, so 6 days.
Yep. And then tidy the boat is a key one that we need to do. So
just put everything away so it's not going to go banging, crashing, inevitably when we're doing a little bit of rolling. So just need to do a little bit because we haven't sailed in a while.
We haven't, no. In about a week then.
About a week. Down to France and then see what happens from there.
Yeah, we've been weathering out some bad weather.
Some bad
Some
weather,
storms.
yeah.
High winds.
Yeah, it's not been consistently bad. It's just been kind of intermittently up to 30 knots, and it's like you don't really want it. The problem is with such a long journey, you want to have a little bit of a window so that you don't have to worry about the storm running through or there's a little squall coming through. And we can be picky because it's the last little bit, and the longer we stay in the UK, the more time we have in the EU. So
yeah,
that's it.
We'll see you on the other side in France.
Start of our channel crossing goes much as expected. 20 knots from behind, which is exactly what we were hoping for. Then I tied the preventer onto the end of the boom so we can have it secure while going downwind. We got famous pastries from Auntie May's in Newlyn. And then we continued our journey. Slowly but surely, downwind we go. The passage was mostly uneventful.
Bye, Britain.
We did spot some dolphins along the way, as we always do.
You can if your clip's on. No, not so.
And then caught a lovely sunset. It did rain in patches during some of the journey, but it was really relaxing. The boat was quite rolly, but it was completely manageable. We then encountered the night. As night fell, everything was quite peaceful. I did have a small encounter with a container ship. Nothing happened, but they were unclear as to what our intentions were, because the wind died slowly throughout the night. So we slowed right down. So when we woke up in the morning, there was almost no wind and it was completely glassy.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching. We hope you join us for the next video in this adventure. Cheers.